Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new, which you most likely are, and if you are, you should subscribe below. Today we are making a very personal, very fantastic video, and I am going to be trying the Aerie Real Period Panty. These recently came out. I got these the day that they were launched on the site, and they just arrived a couple of days ago. And conveniently I am about to start my period, so I got two pairs and I thought we could try them out together. I want to preface this video by saying that my main form of period protection is pads. I can't use tampons because I have a bicornuate uterus, which means that my uterus is in the shape of a heart. There's like a septum. It's not like a fully, like it's not two uteruses. It's like almost two uteruses, but there is a septum and it stops. So using tampons is really uncomfortable and often causes leaks unless it's like a really light day. I also have insanely heavy periods, insanely painful periods. I have PCOS, so I'm not having a good time when I'm on my period. I thought we could unbox these together, read the instructions together, and plan out our course of action for these babies. I already opened the gray pair just because I was really curious when they got here, but it comes in this bag, and I think it's entirely recyclable. It is made of 95% cotton, 5% elastane, unless you have some, I think there's like a printed one, but I didn't get that one, so it says that that one has other qualities, items in it, I don't know. So you open it and it comes like this, and then there's the panty folded in the back. This has the wash instructions on it. This side is French, this side is English, and it says your comfort comes first, and our period undies made for those days when comfort is what you want most. Our period undie can be worn confidently on those light to medium days and holds up to 2 tampons of fluid. So it's not only good for you, but the environment too. So that's honestly amazing, especially since I can't use a cup and pads are insanely bad for the environment. So this is a nice little change. And the wash instructions are pre-wash by hand in cold water, so I'll have to do that. Use a mesh laundry bag. I don't have one, so I won't use it. And it says to machine wash on cold, delicate cycle, and only use non-chlorine bleach if needed, and then to tumble dry on low. They are very thick compared to a normal panty. I find these are in a boy short style. I haven't worn a boy short since I was probably like 14, so we'll see if I like this. And it's this pair's in an extra large, so it's very big. It is very large. And the inside, as you can see, is a different color. It is an entirely different color. Very thick here especially, and it feels like a microfiber makeup removing cloth. It is huge and it is heavy. So let's talk about pricing. I get my pads on Amazon via subscribe and save. This is new since the pandemic just because I don't go out very often. And I get the Always Radiant Flex Foam pads for women in a size 5 for heavy overnight absorbency. Just to kind of gauge how heavy my period is, I have to use 2 of these a night. I have to wake up in the middle of the night and replace it. And during the day I change my pad, I would say 6 to 10 times, if not more. This is what I use, and it is $10.92 a box, so that's not bad at all. That's what I pay every month. I usually go through a box and a half per period, if not 2 boxes, so usually I do end up having to go to the pharmacy and get an extra box, but it's okay. And then for both pairs of underwear, I paid $24.95 for both pairs, so about $50 for 2, so that's a lot of boxes of pads. That's 10 boxes of pads almost. Do what you will with that information. I am worried that because these say medium to light days, that they will not necessarily work. Like, I will not be able to wear these all day. I am not confident that they will get me through a single night, but I will definitely try to wear these at night because I do want these to work. I'd love to not go to bed in a pad. That would be a dream come true, to be completely honest. So we will see. We will test these out and I will update you at the end of my period. Yesterday I wore the underwear all day and it was fine. I was really light yesterday, so I didn't have any issues. Today my period started to get heavier and more painful, so thank PCOS for that. But I figured that tonight would be a good night to test out the second pair because this likely won't be my heaviest night. So I don't want to potentially ruin my bed. So we'll try it tonight since it'll pretty much be in the middle, and hopefully will not be a disaster to everything that I own. It is the next morning. Overall, it was a pretty good experience. I think I would wear the panty again to bed. I woke up at around like 8:30 and I started bleeding through, but up until about then I felt comfortable all night. I didn't feel like wet, I didn't feel gross. It was actually a pretty good experience and I didn't have to worry about any. I'm gonna actually try it again tonight and see if that same experience can happen 2 days in a row. At first glance, at like first try, these ones feel more snug than the gray pair. They're the same size though, but they feel more diapery. Like there's like a big fold where the padding is. So we'll see what happens. But I'm actually pretty comfortable. Like my crotchular region doesn't feel overcrowded. It's more my outer butt cheeks that feel kind of awkward. But I feel laying down it won't be that bad, so we'll see, and I will tell you guys what I think in the morning. Hello, so I'm here to wrap this video up. Oh my god, I look kind of wild, I don't know. So I've been wearing the underwear on and off for about a week. It hasn't been a week, it's been like 4 days. My period is still happening, but I do have some takeaways. So after wearing it for 2 nights and then throughout the day a couple of times, I don't think I'm as impressed with them as I was before. I think they're a great sustainable alternative for people like me who can't use menstrual cups, but it's kind of hard. Like the pads that I wear normally, and they're like scented and they're like very thin but really durable, and I just use the nighttime ones all day like I mentioned earlier on in the video. The underwear I don't think I could wear going out. I didn't notice any like leak through or anything like that, but I feel like if I was to be out and about moving around and wearing it for more than like 6 hours, like that's what I was wearing it to bed on a normal period day, that it would be a mess. Like you could substitute it, like you could add extra protection with black jeans, but honestly like it's not worth it at all. I did find that like this morning it felt a little bit more dirty than my pads normally do, which I thought was a little bit odd considering I bled normally. It's kind of a hit or miss. The back definitely feels really heavy on your butt, almost like it almost feels like you're wearing a period diaper. I don't know if those even exist anymore, but I remember when I got my first period, I was 13, I believe, 13, I was 13, and I was at my grandma's house and all she had were these like super old and like vintage packaging diapers. So that's what I had to use like the first time I had my period. I kind of felt like that, really heavy on the butt. It's not really heavy in your crotchular area, but definitely the butt feels a little bit chunky. I do suggest it though, honestly. Like if you don't like if you don't like the feeling of pads, like there are some days where I don't like the feeling of pads, and it's great that I have this other alternative. Obviously I can't really use tampon, so it does offer a really good alternative. I'm hoping that they start coming out with like heavier day panties and maybe even in like a higher rise, just because I wear like high-waisted underwear. I like them better. It would be nice if we could see that from Aerie, because the price difference, at least for me in Canada, is so different. Like I could have bought the Thinx underwear, but they're honestly like super pricey, especially to have them shipped here. Pretty much any like popular sustainable brand, like shipping here is like impossible. So yeah, I hope to see that in the future. But otherwise I rate them probably a 7 out of 10. There's definitely room for improvement, but for a starter point, I think it's a really good move. I feel like for Americans this probably isn't a big deal at all, but for Canadian ladies it's really good that we have a easy, accessible, and easy, affordable, reusable, and period panty brand now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up, and if you enjoyed it, subscribe down below. That's pretty much all I gotta say. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.